Mountain Dew. They'll figure out which dews are overrated and rave about the flavors that they love. With a ranking scale that's way too complicated. It's Mountain Dew they're connoisseurs of. They'll compare different flavors of Mountain Dew. Make OGs and newbies go toe to toe. They'll tell stories about their crew and share the scores with you. They're Bob and Phil, and they are the Mountain Dew. Oh, play it, boys.
I'm Phil.
I'm Bob.
And we are
The Mountain Duo.
You look excited tonight, Bob.
I am extremely excited tonight because we are finally going to be doing one of my favorite Mountain Dew Livewire.
Livewire. Livewire is dew sparked with artificial orange flavor.
And who doesn't like orange? I think you made a short months ago about me saying orange. Orange, the best orange. Orange.
I'm an orange guy.
Yeah. Orange presidents.
Yeah.
Orange popsicles. I mean, like everything's orange, right?
Yep.
All right, man. Yes, I am. I'm ready for the smelling and tasting, and that's not till number 3.
Okay.
So we need to get through 1 and 2 quick. All right,
Let's
you
take
ready?
a look at the packaging and the design.
Boom. Let's do it.
You have a box. I just have a
I do.
bottle here. While we're looking at that box, ooh,
Very orange. Big
Very
time orange and yellow theme on this.
yeah. And those are little orange slices that are around there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have them on my bottle as well. And is that a Phoenix?
I'm calling it a Phoenix. I don't know specifically, but this. I like this on the can because you get his tail.
Oh, yeah. I don't even have the tail on the bottle.
It's not on the box either.
Okay.
So
Interesting. When I see that Phoenix, it reminds me of Harry Potter. The old Dumbledore has a Phoenix that's like a pet or something. I know all those Harry Potter fans out there are going to drop it in the comments because I cannot remember the name of the Phoenix in Harry Potter. So if you know the name, put it in the comments. While you're there, go ahead and like and subscribe. And we'll go ahead and give our package.
you almost get a little bit of the tail. Oops.
Oh, yeah.
And the butt end of the box also. But
I really like the Phoenix. I like that little design. You can see it at the top of the label here.
mm-hmm.
Kind of looks like hieroglyphs or something. You showed it. It was on the edge of the box too. I don't know if it's the same or similar, but I kind of like those. They give it a little.
Who else had that? Thrashed Apple or something had that?
Something did.
I don't know.
There was another one that had it.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what it was now. I remember talking about it. I can almost see it, but
Must have been Thrashed Apple. It was something
maybe.
we did recently.
It was. I don't know. We'll figure it out at some point. All right. The design is pretty simple, pretty orange.
Yeah.
All right. I've got my score.
I've already done all mine. I've been waiting for this one. This
Okay.
one's been locked and loaded.
Yep. And why don't you tell me what you did for packaging and design?
5 for the packaging and design. I think it's orange. I love it. There are orange slices all over the place, so you know what you're getting by the color and by the fruit slices that are on there. Maybe it's a 6. I do think it's a really good design. I just wish we had more of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like on the can, I think it's cool with that tail.
Yeah, I do too.
And I just wish that was more prevalent. So I knocked it a point, but 5.
Yeah. I also gave it a 5. I was thinking 4 the whole time until you showed me that tail on the can, and I was like, yeah, I like that. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I do wish there was maybe another mascot on here.
Yeah,
there's 2 or more. So
they do have a whole side right there that's basically nothing on the can, right?
Yeah, and on the box, a whole side that was basically nothing.
Yes.
So I feel like they could have put something else in there, even if it was just another Phoenix would be kind of cool too. But yeah, I gave it a 5.
Yep, I'm down with that.
All right, now we're on to appearance of the drink, which means we get to crack these open.
But we don't need to because we can see it on yours.
That's true.
So I'm not going to pour mine today because we can just look at
Okay.
yours. And plus, my coloring is always way bad for some reason.
Little suspect sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, it's orange. It's about as orange can be.
Yeah.
I know you really like orange. Me being a Bronco fan, I typically wear a lot of orange. It's one of my favorite colors as well. I think I like to wear orange more than I like the taste of orange. But I do like the taste of orange, so I do really like orange. That being said, appearance of the drink, I'm giving it a 5.
6. Straight to the top, boss.
Okay.
I went with 6. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Like as a kid, when we used to have some Sunkissed.
Yep. So just some sun-kissed orange soda.
Yeah, and it was like a treat.
Yeah.
To get one of those. So you had to do something special, or it was like I don't know, maybe it was just Friday night. We're having pizza and I'd get one,
Right.
but yeah, just that orange. And then obviously whenever I was sick, my favorite was the orange popsicle. So yeah, I see orange and I'm like, it's going to be good. So
Okay.
6.
I remember that too, being a kid, and I don't really remember a whole lot of soda at my house, but I remember when I went to my grandma's house, she had a fridge in the garage that had, there was always root beer and an orange. I think a lot of times it was the Orange Crush, and then like a Welch's grape soda. Quite a variety of sodas in my grandma's fridge. She always had RC Cola in there. With kind of the lesser known cola in the cola battle there. Like,
I don't know. I think most people know it. They just
I think maybe they know it, but yeah, you don't see it around a whole lot.
No.
It's Coke, Pepsi are pretty dominant as far as colas go, and then RC. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I always remember grabbing those sodas when we were at my grandma's for holidays and stuff like that. I always I always remember my dad getting mad at me because he'd find half open sodas all around the house, because I'd start drinking one and then I'd get lost and I don't know where I put it. I'd go right back to the fridge and grab something different and start drinking that one. And yeah. All right. We ready to crack these open?
Okay. Yes, we are.
You going first? I'll do it. your sound is going to be better than mine. Not much. Oh, that smells so good. Much more satisfying sound.
I think on the last video, the mic picked yours up. It was editing it like muted mine. I already know what it smells like. I know what it tastes like. It's a good. It's a good orange. Whew. That is delicious.
It's so good.
So good.
What's interesting? Go ahead.
I think part of the deal with it, obviously I like orange. I think also it was there and then they took it away.
Right.
And then it was there and they took it away.
Yeah.
And then they finally said, all right, we're going like nationwide full release of this.
Right. Put
and
on
it came back. And then it still was hard to find at times, even though it's being full released. And then, you know, like here in Texas, all I can find is the bottles.
Right.
But pretty much Walmart, any of the gas stations you go in, they've got the Livewire all summer long.
Yep. Same here in Colorado.
Had to get the cans, the 12 packs, shipped down from up north.
Yeah.
And I am glad I did.
It's interesting because probably a couple years ago now, when you were telling me how much you liked Livewire and how it was one of your favorites, and I kind of realized like I don't drink a lot of Livewire. At the time, I wasn't buying a lot of bottles. I was buying 12 packs, and it wasn't really available in the 12 packs. I don't know if I've ever been able to buy a 12 pack. Or if I've ever bought one, because
it's not around.
Yeah. I also, I feel like too, because I have kids, and then I don't like to give them a lot of caffeine. So
if they have orange, that's what they're going to go to.
Right. Yeah. If I'm getting an orange one, then I can't get an orange one that only I can drink. I can get an orange one that everybody can drink. So a lot of times I just wouldn't get Mountain Dew, even if it was there. But I do enjoy grabbing it in bottles. I do quite often. And once you told me how much you liked it, I started grabbing it more often and realized I liked it a lot too. So that being said, taste and smell, what do you rate? What do you rank it?
Give it a 2. Out of 6. You're right, 2. No, it's one of my favorites. We've probably given a lot of flavors. I mean, let's be honest, there are a lot of really good Mountain Dew flavors. So
that's true.
There's probably a lot of them that we give a 6. I think I don't know. Right now, I would say probably, and we'd have to go look back at our reviews. I might have reviewed it differently, but I would say right now, Spark is a 6 for me. Baja Blast is a 6 flavor for me. And Livewire, the original, but probably give a lot of them a 6, but they kind of come and go.
Yeah.
Like I get on these kicks where like that's all I can get. Speaking of which, I am heading to Sam's Club to get another 36 pack of the Baja Blast before they disappear, because I was there and there was only like half a pallet left.
That's funny because I have a 36 pack down here in my basement in the storage room, but I just ran out of a 12 pack out in the garage by the garage fridge and the little package of mini cans that I had. and that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, Wednesday after work, I don't have to go coach football practice Wednesday night. I'm going to stop at Sam's Club and get another one of those 36ers.
So they say that it's going to be a year-round flavor.
Yeah, I think starting January. So we may have a time where it dries up for a little bit here.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to have one just in case.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds like
Sam's
January
Club.
they're planning to.
Sam's Club. What's the deal with just two different? You tell me if there's a 36 pack of Code Red, people aren't buying that,
Right.
right? I mean,
they had a 36
like if you
pack of
have
Code
it,
Red.
people are going to buy it.
They had it years ago, a 36 pack of Code Red, and I was buying them, and then it was just during the summer, and then they got rid of them, and then the next summer I got all excited. I went back, and that's when Baja Blast was there the first time.
And then I was like, we weren't drinking it. We were like,
right. I wasn't drinking it. I wasn't going to buy 36 of them because I didn't think I liked it.
Yeah, we didn't like it.
Right.
And now I love it.
Well, I gave it a 6 as well for taste and smell.
Boom.
It's good. I really enjoy it.
It's so good. And that moves us into the mouthfeel. So while you put that in your mouth, give it a good feel.
You know, I would say that there may be a little bit of a film, but it is I don't know that it's filmy as much as it is just flavor. Like that orange flavor sticks around in your mouth for quite a while after you finish a drink.
Yeah. Speaking of,
which I think is good. Like
speaking of finishing a drink.
You're gonna have to crack open another one.
I brought another one. I knew this one wasn't gonna last. But so you gonna knock it down? Is that flavors there?
I don't think so. I think the flavor sticks around. It's not like a I don't know. It doesn't feel like a gross film. It just feels like the flavor sticks around for a while. Which maybe if it wasn't as flavorful, I would consider it a film instead of a flavor linger. I don't know what you call it, but
so are you thinking maybe that's what we think is going on with those energy drinks, the aspartame? But it's a sticky, like it's a film.
Yeah.
It's not just the flavor that's sticking around that's causing that.
Man, it's a good mouthfeel. I don't know if I'm describing it the right way, but it's good. I think I'm gonna give it a 5 on the mouthfeel.
I gave it a 6 because there's nothing wrong with this drink.
Interesting.
Which moves us on to the Dewness.
Name or Dewness, whichever one you want to do. I got plenty left that I can. Okay.
Yeah, let's do the Dewness.
Do the Dewness. I like it.
Let's do the Dewness. I'm gonna let you go first on this one because I don't know what I'm putting yet. Oh no! Here we go.
I felt it. I felt it coming. I think I got it.
Whoa.
The thing is I went back in my storage room in my basement and I got a little shoebox to set my microphone on so that it would raise up a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just got a dusty box. Got a little dust in my nose there, but
that'll do it.
Okay. Dewness.
I'm kind of torn on this one. So need to kind of hear what you're going to say.
So it definitely has that smoothness of a Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the sweetness is about on par with a Mountain Dew. It's not super sweet, but it's just a good mix of sweet. I think the orange is a very strong flavor.
All right, so we're both on the same page then, because those are all the exact same points. And I was like, man, it just wants to be. It's a dew, but
It is.
Is there the dew flavor there?
Okay,
And I think it's overpowered by that orange.
Well, think of it this way. If you have a can of Sunkist, a can of Orange Crush, and a can of Mountain Dew Livewire, are you going to be able to pick out which one is the Livewire without looking at them? Is there enough dew to it that it's different from those other orange sodas?
I don't drink those other ones enough to really give you a straight answer on that, but I think Sunkist has a more sharp bite.
Okay.
To it. Trying to think back. It might have been just that I was younger and like it was not, maybe sharper, a spicier orange. I don't know. That's the right way to describe it. But as a kid, it was like sometimes piercing my tongue. This is smooth to me, but Sunkist, if I had it right now, might also be very smooth. Now I just might be used to, it's kind of like maybe it was if you don't drink, when I was playing college basketball, I only drank water and Gatorade during the season.
Right.
And that first 2 or 3 Mountain Dews after the season, it was hard to drink. The carbonation or whatever just was like, it like hit you differently. But then after that, it smoothed out and you were slamming them. But first couple were a struggle. And that might have been what's going on with Sunkist way back when I was a kid versus drinking Mountain Dew now. So
very similar to you, I did not drink soda for a while, like basically high school and the first couple of years of college, just because of athletics. And when I decided to try soda again, do you know what I tried first?
Faygo.
It was not Faygo, but it was orange soda. I don't remember if it was Sunkist or Orange Crush or what it was, but it was orange. And the reason, there's somebody that we know. I think it was somebody we went to high school with or something. I can't remember the whole story now, but somebody was in a coma for something. They got in a car wreck or some kind of accident. They were in a coma, and right about they came out of the coma, and the first thing that they said when they came out was, "Can I have some orange soda?" That's what they wanted. Like weeks or something of being in a coma.
This is someone we went to high school with?
I can't remember exactly. Maybe I feel like it's someone we both knew. Maybe somebody from college. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it was somebody.
I definitely don't. If you don't know, there's no shot of me knowing. This is some weird oddball like fact that no one else would keep track of. Then I'll know that. But
I for some reason, like the story that's coming into my head. Remember there were some like divers on the swim and dive team. There were some divers.
Bryce Barand.
Like Bryce, and he had a couple of friends or whatever. I feel like it was one of his friends that was a diver, and
they got a car wreck or something.
Got in a car wreck. I think they were working at Casa Bonita as a diver, and got in a wreck like on the way home from work or something, and was in a coma for a little while, and then when he woke up, he wanted orange soda. But that was right about the time that I was finishing up college athletics and said, okay, I think I'm good to start drinking soda again. So I was like, I'm going to go try an orange soda first too. If that's what this guy wanted coming out of a coma, then I'm going to try it as my first one. So,
right.
Yeah. But that has nothing to do with the dewness of Mountain Dew Livewire. That's just a little interesting orange soda thing. So, I do think it's different enough from the other orange sodas, and I feel like that difference is the dew. So I think for dewness, I'm going to give it a 4, which is on the good side of the dewness.
I gave it a benefit of the doubt with a 4 as well, just because it is smooth. And then when you said, "Can you tell the difference?" I'd like to say that I can, but let's be honest. I missed on the blind taste test. I missed the fruity flavor and a pineapple flavor. I got them confused. So,
Just so you know, next time I see you in person, I'm going to have some Livewire, some Orange Crush, some Sunkissed, I'm going to give you a little blind taste test and see if you can figure out which one is which. And maybe I'll give you a blindfold that doesn't smell like my basement this time, and then you might be able to tell a little easier. I think the blindfold really threw us off last time we did the blind taste test thing. If you haven't seen the blind taste test, go dig through our videos and find it. It was a really fun one. Yeah, we put together a bunch of Baja flavors and ranked them, but then we also went through and see if we could identify them with a blindfold on. So it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And then the last category, our 6th category, is the name.
The name.
Livewire.
This
Sparked.
is the third.
This is what a live wire does, right? It sparks. And this is sparked.
So this is the third Mountain Dew that I can think of that has an electricity related name. Right? There's Voltage, there's Spark, and there's Livewire.
Oh, yeah, Spark. I was like, I know Voltage.
You were saying it, yeah. Are there any more? I mean, there used to be.
There's some that have been discontinued.
There was one that was an exclusive to some Italian restaurant that was called Electric Apple.
Sbarro's. No,
it was like a Villa Italian. There used to be a mall here in Colorado called Villa Italia.
A whole mall.
A whole mall. But I think there was a restaurant called Villa Italian.
In the Villa Italia mall.
No, I think that mall went out of business before the Villa Italian restaurant came. But that Villa Italian restaurant had 2 Mountain Dew exclusives. One was Electric Apple, and the other one was like a pomegranate something rather.
Yeah, but I'm not exactly sure if it wasn't just they took Mountain Dew and squirted some syrup in it.
Some of that Italian.
I don't know for a fact. It might have been that, though.
Yeah, it could be.
And then they probably had the Electric Apple, and then they were like, Mountain Dew was like, that apple was actually kind of good. I don't know. Don't quote us on this, but
right. But yeah, I do remember that one as far as an electric themed drink. I do have a buddy who's an electrician that likes Mountain Dew, so maybe there's a connection there. He actually, while he was doing the electric work on my basement when I was finishing my basement, and I had a bunch of bottles in the storage room, a bunch of bottles lined up on a ledge, and some 12 packs of different stuff, and he was down here working, doing some stuff, and then he got done with his stuff, the drywallers came, and then he comes back at the end to kind of wrap things up. And he's like, "Hey, you inspired me." And I was like, "I did?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I saw your collection of Mountain Dew down there, and I started collecting myself." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah." So he
Nice.
started naming off all the stuff that he had gotten. That was like right around when the first release of the Flamin' Hot. So he got some of that when it was expensive. Before everybody had bunches of it that they weren't
That was
drinking.
when they released it. You're talking about like when they only released it online and they sold out
Yeah,
in the first
sold out.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I think
Because I couldn't get any. I tried to get online and order it.
right. Yeah, I
Like,
think he started kind of collecting some stuff, and then his mother-in-law or something like bought him some of that Flamin' Hot that was on eBay somewhere. So
we used to get sparked quite a bit when we were doing phone lines. We were changing out, doubling the line capacity in the phone boxes for DSL back when that was a thing. Thought they kind of moved on past that, but then you were telling me that no, that's what you actually have at your house still. And I was like, what?
well, what's interesting about DSL, I think like the lines are pretty your whole neighborhood uses the same lines. If there's a bunch of houses in your neighborhood that are using DSL, it slows way down.
Yeah.
But apparently nobody in my
Same with
neighborhood
any
uses
internet, though, right?
probably. I think nobody in my neighborhood uses it. They all have cable or something. So I signed up for it, and it's super fast.
Be careful where you're going here, because all of a sudden you're going to start blurring out and glitching. And like, yeah, my internet's yeah, exactly. Dang it! Spoke too soon. But no, whenever we do get a lot of viewers that are between like 18 and 28 or 30. I feel like we need to make a disclaimer. We can put it up on the screen. So houses used to have like phones that plugged into the wall in them.
Uh-huh.
And they ran through phone boxes, and that's what we did for a summer job, was go around and change those all out. But whenever someone would place a call, if you were touching that line on the board, a little shock of electricity would, oh, dang it, someone made a call, and kind of zap you a little bit. I mean, not like you couldn't move or anything, but it'd make you jump for sure. So yeah, phones used to be on the wall in houses.
So those boxes that he's talking about, this is the kind of box you see like on the roadside. There's like a little green box or whatever. What we would do is we would open up those boxes, and then there's a whole panel of telephone connections that we would fold that panel out.
1800, 2700.
Yeah, so we would
lines
fold that panel
going
out.
Through that side. Yep.
And then you could kind of like take it out a little bit and set it down. And then we would cut that green box apart and put together a new, bigger box that had like a bunch more room for the high speed stuff. And then we'd take that panel off the ground and hang it right back in the spot that it had for it.
Yeah.
So there was a handful of us. We just college kids. We got our own crews. I don't know. We were somehow they were like, "Hey, you guys are awesome. Go ahead and just do whatever you want." So we would most of the crews would go out by themselves and work, go do one box a day or something. And we just teamed our crew. I think we each had a crew of 3, and we would just team up. So there was like 6 of us, and we would just get like between the 6 of us, we'd get 4 or 5 boxes.
We had a flatbed truck.
Yeah.
So you had a trailer, like one, huh?
Did you have the trailer? Oh, we had the trailer. Me and Calder.
Most of the time, you guys had the. Well, maybe we had the trailer.
Maybe, and we would load a bunch of boxes on the trailer, and then we'd go together to all these,
drop them off, and
and we'd drop one guy off, and he'd start tearing a box apart. We'd kind of like, anyway, we found a way to be way more efficient than any of the other crews, but we also goofed around quite a bit. And there was one time where we had taken the panel out and set it on the ground. And somehow somebody was backing something up, and all of a sudden you turned around and you were like,
No. Because we had the trailer on this one.
okay.
And so we leaned it off the back of the trailer and we're like, move up. Because they were heavy boxes. And then so we would just lean it on the ground, and then the trailer would pull up, and then we could set it back down on the ground. And it was on a crate, right? And so we had to move up. And so then we got it down. We started taking it apart so we could move each piece up to where the old boxes. And I go to get a tool out of the truck, and I'm walking up there, and I go, oh my gosh, we have parked our truck on the live phone board right there.
Panel that we had taken
The
out.
whole panel, like
line.
a 4 foot by 3 foot panel is
The whole
laying,
neighborhood's phone lines.
and we're parked on it. And so we quickly moved that new box all the way backed up off of it. And then literally 15 minutes later, Quest, the communication company, phone company, shows up in their truck. And we're all like,
uh-oh, we're getting fired today.
We just screwed this up big time. I walked up there. I was like, hey man, did we mess it up? He's like, no, just routine, whatever. I still think he might have been lying, because he goes, so man, you ever come across anything crazy? He's like, yeah, actually, there's one time. Yeah, he goes, I don't even know how this happens. Like, I pulled up, and they had their truck parked on the board. I was like, yeah, there's no way that could happen.
Yeah. What idiots.
Literally 10, 15
what
minutes
idiots would
before
park on one of those things.
I think he probably passed by, saw us, gave us enough time to get it off, and then came up and then gave me a test, and I failed it because I was like, oh my gosh, how could they do that? What?
Or maybe somebody else saw us and called them up and said, hey, my phone's not working, and I see these guys parked on top of this thing. You might want to go check it out.
Well, I would venture to say that most people had no idea what we were working on.
Right. And it was during the day. Most people are not home anyway.
Yeah.
And I do remember one time, usually you could take the whole box out, the whole panel out, and set it down, and it wouldn't disrupt anybody's service. Everything was still connected.
Right.
Everybody had their phone lines. Every once in a while, there was like one line that someone had like weaved in and out of something and then attached it. So when you started to move the panel out, you'd realize, oh, this one line is tangled. So you'd kind of like take your little marker and mark where it was, and you'd disconnect it. And then once you got the panel back in, you'd reconnect that line and untangle it. And I remember like every time thinking, oh, it's just one person. Like one person's going to be without a phone for a little, an hour, and we'll get it back together. And it never failed. Anytime we disconnected something, some old guy would come out of his house, come walking down the street. Hey, you guys disconnected my, oh man, sorry. We'll get it back to like, here's hundreds of phone lines on this panel. We disconnect one, and that guy's got to come out and tell us about it. So every time.
It'll happen. Yep.
All right. So that being said, the name is Livewire. What do you think?
I give it a 4.
4?
Maybe knocking it down too far. I do like the name. I think it's cool. I think that it goes well with, like you said, with the electric side of things of the Mountain Dew. I think it's a good name for a drink. But I just don't know what Livewire is. Again, I don't know.
Right.
I feel like sometimes I'd really dock it some points for that.
Yeah.
I probably docked it a lot of points on this one because I've given it basically 6s all the rest of the way. So it can't be a perfect one. But yeah, I went with 4. It's a good name for Mountain Dew, but it doesn't
say orange to you.
No.
Okay. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. I feel the same way. It doesn't say orange to me. I do feel like it's somewhat of an extreme name, which fits with many of the other Mountain Dews. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's another. You got any other names that would have been better than Livewire?
No, off the top of my head, orange. Oh man, I don't know. Sparked would have been better.
Is there anything that rhymes with orange that you could think of?
Yeah, it's the orange.
Yeah.
Sherbert.
I don't know if that's quite extreme enough for a Mountain Dew flavor.
Yeah, but if it had a Yeti on it,
maybe.
from the mountains of
the one name that comes to mind to me is something that's already taken.
Orange Crush.
Orange Crush. Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
I do have a little prop here too.
There you go.
A little Orange Crush t-shirt. Little football orange slice up there.
Mm-hmm. Clever.
Yeah. I designed that shirt a few years back. It's pretty old and raggedy now, but does kind of pay homage to that Orange Crush logo, but also to the Broncos Orange Crush defense from 1977, before either of us were born.
Yeah.
My Uncle Phil told me a story about one of his friends. He had a friend that was a professional boxer.
Are you named after him?
Kinda. That
Well, you're the second.
I am the second. So
Who's the first?
So the first is my dad's grandpa. Okay. He has the same exact name as me, except I have a second at the end of mine.
So not the exact same.
Yeah, but my Uncle Phil is on my mom's side, so he's got a different last name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I think that helps too, that they kind of had two Phils to name me after. It helped them to say, yeah, that's a good one. Let's pick that one. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, my Uncle Phil told me a story. He had a friend that was a boxer, and when the Broncos went to the Super Bowl in 1977, it was in New Orleans, and he bought a whole bunch of orange T-shirts for really cheap because they were the color that nobody wanted. And he made a little thing and just put Crush, just painted Crush on the T-shirts. My Uncle Phil said that he said he just used like house paint or something to put Crush on these T-shirts, and he went down and just
like a stencil and just like rolled it on there. And was like, all right, let's go.
I think so.
Nice.
And then he just went and sold them outside the stadium and made a whole bunch of money. And then I think the story he told me is right when he was about finishing selling all these shirts, these guys rolled up and said, "Hey, this is our block. Like, you can't sell stuff here." And they're like,
"Yeah, I'm done selling. No worries."
Yeah, he was like, "I got one box left, and then I'll be out of here," or something. And he just ignored them. Well, then they came back and like grabbed him and threw him into the van, and like, we're gonna drive him off, and didn't realize that he was a professional boxer.
So they found out, this guy.
Right, they pulled him out of the van to rough him up a little bit, and he just roughed them up a bunch. So
Hang it.
Yeah.
What happened to you guys? I thought you were going to get that guy that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy's going to sell his shirts.
we gave him some of ours to sell
Yeah.
too. He's just
He only had one box left. We just said, yeah, go ahead. That's funny. All right. Well, total score. Or did we already do that? No, we have not done that.
Math.
Yeah, do some math. I already had mine. The only thing I had to add was the dewness because I wanted to get. Oh no, I got 2 empty cans. Dang. Hey, you didn't use that big glass. That choking hazard.
I brought it down here. I just didn't pour into it because I had a bottle.
Oh, I didn't notice the little things at the bottom.
These little indentions here.
Yeah.
Yeah, little divots. Make it look a little fancier.
Yeah, that is nice. It's super nice. I'm looking for one.
Some kind of
marketplace so I can meet someone at their house.
Yeah.
I say that like that's weird. I mean, I go door to door, knocking on people.
True.
Hey, you want me to look at your roof? And also, are you selling any Mountain Dew glasses?
Any Mountain Dew memorabilia, I would take a look at it and just see what I think. Also, would you please subscribe to the Mountain Duo?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. All right, we ready for scores?
Yeah.
I gave mine a 31 out of 36.
That's a good score.
Super good.
Mine is not quite as high. I got a 29 out of 36, which is also pretty good.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's tough to get a score in the 30s. So that's
yeah. Again, we remind y'all, taste and smell should be weighted a lot heavier, but it's the way our scoring works, and so that's why sometimes it is hard to get up around the 30s because you have to have good artwork,
good name,
a good name. Yeah, like yeah. I mean, it's just got some weird things there that make it difficult.
They just make it a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Sometimes we're a little bit wonky. So
that's right. Hey, you didn't tell them
what?
Click at the bottom. Subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel. Please give us some support. Turn on the notifications and comment.
Yeah.
You'll be featured most likely on one of our reels or shorts.
Shorts. Yeah.
With your comments. So, and we'll respond.
Right. And we love it when you comment. We have fun.
Yeah, just don't do those 1-letter comments because I don't know how to respond to a J.
What? We get a lot of those. I don't know what I don't know what happens.
I don't know. Maybe if we go back and we spell them all out, it's one guy. He's sending us a secret message, and like if we read them out, it's gonna have a.
We'll read them out. Something. It's got like a secret location.
Watch your back. Oh, secret location.
I was gonna say a secret location to a giant stash of Mountain Dew or something, but
yeah, that.
All right. Well,
time to.
It is time. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for subscribing. I know you're going to do it right now if you haven't done it yet. I'm Phil.
I'm Bob.
And we are
the Mountain Duo.
That's right.
Slam it.
And I didn't choke on it even. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Yep. Thank you. See ya.